Good, happy Friday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Friday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Friday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, New Hampshire health providers have questions as CDC makes recommendations on vaccine boosters. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability of Kubota compact tractors so you can do it all and...
State health officials say they expect booster guidance from the CDC in the coming days, helping clarify to providers who qualifies for the booster and when they could start giving them out. Today, DHHS cautioning against using boosters too broadly.
We don't really know the threshold for true waning in vaccine efficacy, and we don't want to set the precedent for boosting 6 months if there's only mild waning, because this will be a very difficult strategy to maintain and also undermines confidence in the efficacy of these vaccines.
The latest information showing new COVID cases and hospitalizations are starting to plateau, with 17 new deaths in the last 7 days.
I do want to highlight that only one of these deaths in the last week is associated with a long-term care facility. And so, again, the majority of deaths that we're seeing are in people that are unvaccinated and people that are in the community.
Initially, 95% of cases were in unvaccinated people. That has dropped to 80 to 90%. But officials say an increase in breakthrough cases is expected.
The vaccines are still accomplishing exactly what they were intended to do, and that is reduce morbidity and mortality.
State officials say they are very encouraged by the Pfizer study results for a vaccine for 5 to 11-year-olds and that it could be coming as soon as the end of October. As for the boosters, the CDC has already scheduled a webinar with physicians on Tuesday. For live in Portsmouth, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Search continues for driver in hit and run that killed a retired police sergeant. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
It's that time of year again. The annual Fair is Fair sale back at Mealy Tubbs, and it's the biggest one yet.
Well, Monica State Police say they are now following up on leads generated after they released video and images last night of the vehicle they believe was involved in Tuesday's deadly hit and run. Now take a close look at this SUV. These images were taken from surveillance video from businesses along the road where police say the accident happened. Authorities believe the SUV is a blue GMC Yukon manufactured between 2000 and 2006. It has moderate front-end damage to the passenger side of the front bumper and hood area. The vehicle is believed to be the one that hit and killed 59-year-old Donna Briggs of Derry while she was riding her bike along Route 125 in Kingston on Tuesday morning. Her body was found hours later down an embankment near New Boston Road. The Briggs family released a statement through the Hudson Police Department this afternoon. It reads, on behalf of the Briggs family, they would like to thank everyone who has reached out and shared their care and concern during this difficult time. The Briggs family feels your support. At this time, the Briggs family would ask for your privacy to mourn their loss. Now, calling hours for Donna Briggs have been set for Sunday, September 26th at Peabody Funeral Home in Londonderry. Funeral services will be kept private. Live in Kingston tonight, Jason King, WMUR News Now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. benefit ride organized for 6 children of Coos County couple killed in crash. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability.
They were about their family. They were about the kids.
That's how friends remember Mike and Jacqueline George, devoted parents to their blended family of 6 children. It's why when the couple was killed after their motorcycle crashed on Route 116 in Bethlehem last month, friends started planning ways to show support.
They will be greatly missed, and this whole thing is for the kids. Just to take care of them, to honor Mike and Jacqueline, because they would have done it for us.
Lynn Forsyth and Bruce Emmons are organizing a benefit ride with the Flying Iron Motorcycle Club in Bethlehem to raise money for a trust for the children of Mike and Jacqueline. They are expecting hundreds of bikes and cars, and they say North Country businesses have stepped in to help too.
I have seen the North Country come together in the most amazing way.
Lynn says Jacqueline snapped this photo the day of the crash. She'll never forget when the 2 couples passed each other on the road just minutes before.
I'm going to say that I will always hold that picture in my mind as they passed us, and she put her hand up in the air and she waved with a big smile on her face because she was doing what she loved to do. And that is my last picture of Jacqueline.
The benefit ride will kick off this Saturday at 9:30 a.m., starting from 2250 Route 116 Whitefield Road in Bethlehem. You can also donate to the Mike and Jacqueline Benefit Fund at any Pasumsic bank.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Litchfield neighbors said stray bullets hit homes. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated
It's just not fair that an entire neighborhood should feel scared like this in their own homes.
The Engdahl family says that hole in their garage window is from this bullet, which they found last week just feet away from their home office.
It's awful. The kids have a hard time sleeping. They feel scared to play in their yard.
And they're not the only ones. They say the homes of their next-door neighbors on Tanager Way in Litchfield have also been hit by stray bullets, saying there have been at least 4 incidents over the last 4 or 5 years.
Someone needs to find out what that is and stop it before a kid gets killed.
The Engdahls don't know where the bullets are coming from, but say a shooting range more than a mile away at Londonderry Fishing Game Club is pointed in their direction.
We're not trying to take anybody's guns away. We're not trying to put the range out of business or make it close. We just need to be safe here.
This is very, very concerning for us. We do not want this to happen.
Richard Olson of Londonderry Fishing Game Club says the range has been around for more than 70 years.
We've constructed these ranges very carefully. They've gone through a lot of processes with engineering.
He says their 1,500 members must go through safety training.
Anything's possible, so I'm not going to go that far and say it absolutely didn't come from here. But I would also add that I believe it's less than likely that it came from here. It came from another location.
The Londonderry Fishing Game Club also telling us they are cooperating with police and want to work with all parties to figure out a solution. Meantime, investigators are hoping to have some answers next week. In Litchfield, Mike Cronin, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Three more Granite Staters die of COVID-19 as cases and hospitalizations rise in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability.
So the state has just released its COVID-19 numbers for today. There were 304 new cases from yesterday, an additional 93 new cases from Tuesday, and 381 positive results from antigen tests dating back to September the 15th that had not been reported yet. That's a total of 778 new cases. Active cases now stand at nearly 4,000. Current hospitalizations are 142, and the state announced 3 new deaths today.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. What to do if you lost your vaccination card? Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
New Car Auto Mall of Chilton has them. New Car Ford of Plymouth has them. And of course, New Car Pre-Owned Superstore.
Planning on catching a Bruins or Celtics game at TD Garden? Or what about heading to the big stage on Broadway in New York? You may need proof of vaccination in order to do that. Many restaurants, arenas, and concert halls are now implementing this new COVID-19 mitigation measure as a way to keep people safe while keeping entertainment going. But it's been a while since we were given these little white papers showing proof of vaccination. So what happens if yours is lost or even damaged? Well, it depends on where you got your shot. If you visited a state-run Fix site, you can call 211 for a replacement card, which will be sent out within 1 to 2 weeks. A request can also be made to the Department of Health and Human Services via email, or you can visit vaccines.nh.gov to download and print a copy of your vaccination record immediately. If you received your vaccine at a pharmacy, you will also have multiple options. CVS says patients can access vaccine records via the CVS Pharmacy app or online at cvs.com. Any CVS team member can also print a vaccine record. The pharmacy says a copy of vaccine proof is also emailed when a patient is vaccinated. And Walgreens offers a similar service. The company says it can provide electronic copies of COVID-19 dose cards and can verify vaccination status on behalf of patients in the event that a dose card is lost or damaged.
And really, anyone can access a card by going to the state's vaccine website. It's simple, easy. I tried it myself. You just enter your information. The Department of Health here in Manchester says if you were vaccinated at one of its clinics, it can also help you receive a card as well. Reporting live in Manchester, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. FOP, Police Department stretched thin, putting residents at risk. Let's take a listen to that video from WBAL TV 11 Baltimore.
Our people are frankly, they're exhausted and kind of worn out.
Concerns expressed today about low staffing levels within the Baltimore County Police Department. So many people have left, the police union president says. So many positions are vacant. The department is being stretched too thin. Officers are overworked, and it's putting residents at risk.
We're covering the calls for service, but what it takes away is the discretional activities that the officers can do for preventative enforcement, community interaction, and there becomes less of that. So you're not really preventing crime, you're chasing crime.
According to county police officials, the department is currently short 118 sworn officers, and attrition is on the rise. Last year, a total of 80 sworn officers left the force, retired or resigned. This year, with 4 months still to go, 138 sworn officers have left. For reaction, we caught up with Baltimore County's top cop today.
We know that police departments across the United States are sharing the same challenges with recruiting for law enforcement right now.
Chief Melissa Hyatt did address the issue of leading a shrinking police department, but focused on efforts to loosen the pandemic squeeze on the hiring market.
We just offered a hiring incentive, a $10,000 hiring incentive for new police officers and for lateral police officers. We're competing with other police departments in the area to hire qualified individuals to come join our team.
Not enough, the union says, to attract and retain top talent.
It's just taxing on you. One day's not bad, then you start putting 2 and 3 involved, and it becomes exhausting.
In Baltimore County, I'm Kate Amara, WBAL TV 11 News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Thank you for tuning in and watching this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. And enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.